Hey guys, Des Asante here from Music School in Bowmanville with another little musical quick tip for you aspiring musicians out there. If you recognize the sound of what I just played on my guitar, I'm curious as to how it makes you feel. If you're like many students that I've seen in the past, it probably makes you roll your eyes a little bit and groan because it's just that thing the teacher keeps making me play over and over again, up and down, up and down. And you perhaps haven't yet discovered the magic of these scales and how to use them musically. And I want to help you with that a little bit today if possible. You see, when I started playing music, I also had to play scales on the piano, on the guitar, up and down, over and over again. And I didn't understand why. No one really explained what the heck the point is other than, just getting a little bit faster on my instrument. Maybe that's the only thing I could really see from it. But I want to help you with a little bit of a way of looking at your scales that might make you actually want to pick up your instrument and practice them a little more often than you currently do, perhaps. You see, the idea with a scale is music, in general, is played in a key. And that key simply means a collection of notes that belong in the same musical family. In our Western, what they call diatonic music, there's typically 7 notes in a key, and each of those notes you can turn into chords. You can build chords with them to create your songs with, but also all of the notes that are in that key or that scale are simply the notes that are usable, that are always going to sound appropriate, musically appropriate, if you're using them over top of chords that are also in the same key or family. So the idea is this: if I want to play in A major, here's my A major chord, right? If somebody is just strumming away on an A major chord, and I want to play some lead guitar over top of it, some melody over top of it, I'm going to need to know which notes are going to work beautifully in that key and which notes to avoid. That's the point of a scale, essentially. It's a roadmap as to where the good notes are. So on my guitar, I've learned this pattern and I've practiced it a number of times. On my guitar, if I put my hand in this position and I play finger 2, 4, and then the next string, 1, 2, 4, and the next string, 1, 3, 4, and I can do a second octave, 1, 3, 4, and I'm talking about finger numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, and I got this pinky note in there too. So play that for you right now. That's the major scale starting on A, so that would be the A major scale. Now on the guitar, it's a beautiful thing because that finger pattern that I just demonstrated, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, etc., never changes. So if the band is jamming in A, I can take any of those notes that are in that pattern and I can play them in any order, at any rhythmic speed or tempo. I can slide to the note, I can bend to the note, I can do a number of different things, especially if you're a guitar player, to arrive at the note. But the scale pattern itself simply tells me where the good notes are and which ones to avoid. Any notes that are not in that pattern, just avoid them. So if somebody's jamming on an A chord, I can create some melodies. And I know with 100% confidence that those melodies are going to fit with the music because they come from the scale. And so as we practice the scale over and over again and learn to get a little quicker at it, then all of a sudden we start to have new rhythmic choices. If you can only play at that speed, then that means your rhythmic choices are limited. You won't be able to play that lick, for example, because you haven't achieved the dexterity in your hand and the speed necessary to choose those kinds of rhythms. That's the reason why we practice them up and down and up and down and over again, to try to get some speed and muscle memory developed in the hands so that when it comes time to improvise and to play some melody or some lead guitar, that we can proceed with confidence, knowing A, where all the usable notes are, and B, being able to get to them quickly so that I have rhythmic choices. And again, the beautiful thing about the guitar is that if I wanted to play in B major, here's a B major chord, I can go from A here and just go to B and do the same thing. Finger 2, finger 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay? That B chord. There's all kinds of different scales. I'm just showing you the major scale for the time being, but it's a great one to start with because you can pretty much play over a lot of different music if you learn that one scale and where to play it, where on the fretboard to play it. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that inspires you to want to pick up your instrument and practice those scales a little bit more than you did yesterday. And if you are still looking for the right teacher, go ahead and visit Music'sCool.club, www.musicschool.club, and register for a free lesson. Come hang out with me. We'll see what we can do. All right, until next time, keep jamming, and we'll see you soon.